Yeah, do you have a card?
Yeah, I mean, it's all digital. I can give you that.
Yeah. That?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is up? In some of my earlier vlog videos, if you've watched some of my less structured content, I didn't talk about anything in particular. But this video that you're watching right now, has a lot of good information and good value when it comes to having an elevator pitch ready whenever you're going to a network event and how to set appointments to get people's contact information at those events. So I hope you enjoy this video. Also, at the end of the video or near the end of the video, I actually have the entire speech from the CEO of Startup Tucson to the people who came to the event, as well as my thoughts afterward. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm going to include everything that I said in the morning. I hope you watched that too. Anyway, enjoy. Peace. What is up? We are about to go out because today there is like kind of a belated New Year's party happening for entrepreneurs. So that's what we're headed to. And actually, energy's been down. This fast has been kind of difficult. Haven't felt like doing work. But things have been getting done while I have also admittedly been taking naps. Like, I think I napped for like 2 hours today. But anyway, that's not what today's about, what this episode is about. We've officially been vlogging for 10 days. This is the 10th video that'll be going up. We've actually missed a couple because we started vlogging last year, right before New Year's. But that's okay. I still intend to make up by doing like some really valuable videos, like the video of productivity for my phone I did a couple of days ago, or the book review I did yesterday. Anyway, yeah, we're a minute into the video already, and all I've done at this point is like kind of rant a bit. So let's get going to the Entrepreneur Year's Party by Startup Tucson. And hopefully, prayerfully, we can meet up with some familiar faces as well as make some new connections. So the real intention behind going to events like this, going to events with entrepreneurs and networking is, it's for that. It's for networking, seeing if there are people who have businesses or business models that are complementary to ours, or business owners who could use our services. So JDB Media is a marketing company. That's the kind of company that I have. And basically we're looking for any business with like industry isn't really super important, but we tend to focus on and help primarily service-based businesses with six employees or more, making 600,000 in revenue or more, and are prepared to actually have a budget that's allocated toward marketing for their marketing team to do what they need to do. One thing that I learned really early in this journey is that when you create a business, it's very important that you identify who your target audience is. And this is something that like people have probably heard me say time and time again who know me personally. I've also made some short form videos about it before. But the reason why I'm so adamant about helping specifically those kinds of business owners is because the services that we offer are for the busier business owners, the busier businesses, right? So like if you have a product-based business, it stands to reason that you have like a sales department and you have a manufacturing department, but typically people with product-based businesses can still do some of the marketing themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that, except for when you're working with a team like ours. Like, our team isn't a done with you market. Like, we don't offer a done with you marketing service. It's a done for you. And so we tend to give more value to service-based businesses, which is the reason why we focus on them, right? If you're a roofer or a landscaper or a law firm or an accounting firm, then you need to regularly interact with people and actually do work for them. And those departments need to be ran, and marketing can just be a little bit more difficult for those guys. So that's who we're here to serve. And yeah. Anyway, we're going to get to this New Year's celebration and specifically look for those people. The kind of people who are or who know the kind of business owners who have service-based businesses and are looking to get more exposure, attention, and like leads from paid ad campaigns and premium content. Not like the vlogs that I've been doing, because these vlogs are just me editing, and if you've seen any of the content that's actually created by the firm that I have, then you'll know that stuff is completely different. Also, I kind of hope that people see the videos that I've been creating, the productivity videos, the videos on business and finance and all of that stuff as, I mean, technically they are still vlogs, right? I guess it's less about how people see them and more about the explanation that I have as to why I would consider those vlogs. And it's because they are documentations of things that I've actually done. I actually, like, if you watch the book review video yesterday, like, I actually read outside. I actually read on my couch. I actually pulled the book from my shelf. So those are real things that happened. And then I actually read the book, hence the review. Same thing with like the productivity video. That's how I actually set up my phone, so I'm able to get as much done as possible. The reason why I documented it in the way that I did is because I just want it to be an effective video for anyone who wants to emulate it, right? Like, oh yeah, I also want to set up my phone this way. I also want to budget this way. That was a video that I dropped a while ago. A pretty bad one, and yeah, it may be redone. As a matter of fact, that's another thing too. Like, there's a lot of videos that I have from like 7 years ago where I think the topics that I was talking about were pretty important, but the thoughts themselves weren't cohesive. And so I think at some point we'll be redoing those videos as well, probably after this 21-day challenge. I know it sounds kind of corny, but I kind of thought about that for for February. Like February is Black History Month, right? So what if we start Black History Month with my history, as in my old videos, and redoing them? I think that would be funny. Yeah, so anyway, like I said before, to this event, Entrepreneur Year's Party, hopefully there's water. In this next clip, you're about to listen to my elevator pitch, and I want you to pay attention to how I basically oversimplify what my business does, and I go straight into talking about the people that are qualified to work with us so that they know that not everybody is qualified, as well as how the way that I crafted the pitch actually boosts some curiosity so that they're spurred to ask some questions about the business.
Wait, what was your name?
Well, I'm Javon.
Javon,
Yeah.
nice
So you
to
come
meet you,
in.
man.
Yeah. What are y'all talking about? I mean, just you see a lot of smiles here, man. Yeah. Huh?
We're talking about business. Get into each other.
Yeah.
We're talking about trash and we're talking about film.
Yeah. Trash and what? And what is it?
Film.
Film? Okay.
Yeah.
Like videography? Like,
Yeah. Is that what you do? Is that what is happening right now?
I'm a marketing guy.
Yeah, marketing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Uh-huh.
What kind of marketing?
Small businesses really is who we help. We try to look for people with the minimum. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Done. Yeah. But you know, people with like 6 employees or more, 600,000 in revenue or more, and just help them get more customers. That's it. We specialize in paid ads, so you know, it's a lot quicker than traditional advertising that usually takes like 3 to 6 months. You know, I could keep giving you the whole rest of the seminar, but I don't think you want to hear that right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not? So you do like social media? Like, is it all social media marketing?
Social media is part of it, but we're a paid ad firm. That's what we specialize in. So
Okay.
we'll actually work with. I'm assuming you work more in like maybe like short film type of space.
Yeah, I do. I'm a nonprofit, so we work with like any type of film mentorship, education,
Okay.
Support, resources, things like that. Both short film and feature film.
Okay. Well, we actually work with production companies. But what they do is they'll help us create like this really high quality content, and then we deploy it as a pay advertisement for our clients.
Okay.
So sometimes that can be on TV. Sometimes it can be on social media. Sometimes it can be on YouTube. It just depends on what's most viable for the customer that we're dealing with.
So do you create your own? They create it for you. You don't create your own
No.
content?
So I'm just the face of the company. That's all I am.
I know, but
right?
like, does a company create content?
No, our company, we specialize in the SEO and the deployment of the ad itself.
All right,
We partner with production companies to create the content, and then we deploy it.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
You don't want a marketing nerd to like record stuff for you. Trust me, you don't want that.
Yeah. Well, because there's a lot of one-man bands that are like that. They're like, I'll come in and I'll shoot your video and do this thing.
Yeah.
And then put it out on Instagram, like things like that.
I mean, if that's what you want, that's great. But the reason why we look for 600,000 in revenue or more is because we're doing professional products.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that comes with a professional price, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, do you have a card?
Yeah, I mean, it's all digital. I can give you that.
Can I
Yeah.
do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Startup Tucson and CIC's Entrepreneur Year's Party. Yes. We are so happy to have you here. How many, is this your first Startup Tucson or CIC event? All right, welcome. Your friend is not your first. My husband, who is this compliment? Yeah, right. You think I'm in the Startup Tucson stuff before I was at Startup Tucson. Well, welcome if this is your first event. How many mentors do we have in the room? Yes, thank you, mentors. How many startups or entrepreneurs? All right, thank you. All right, so Startup Tucson, for those of you that are new, for those of you that know us, we are a nonprofit that's been in Tucson for over 10 years. We work to help entrepreneurs launch and grow their businesses here in Southern Arizona. My team, Kamisha, Megan, and McKenna are all here. I hope that you will say hello to Kulas and let us help you with your first next steps. We are doing this event because every year it's our third Entrepreneurs Party with our organizational BFX CAB. And we are really here to celebrate you as the entrepreneurs and our mentors, and thank you for everything that you do here in Tucson every year. Our biggest sort of announcement is that we have 10 West coming up. Yeah? Who has been 10 West? All right, that's a good number. If you haven't been, I really hope that you will come. 10 West is our annual innovation festival, coming up March 25th to 30th. It's a mix of entrepreneurship, technology. This is the 10th year of 10 West here in Tucson. The conference sees over 1,500 people. We are super excited that this year's main keynote is Guy Raz. Who knows Guy Raz? The How I Built It podcast, yes. At Centennial Hall, it's a huge debt for Tucson. I don't think you've ever had anybody in entrepreneurship that's been as big of a deal as him come to speak. So we are really excited that he's headlining the festival. So if you are an entrepreneur and you have not filled out your pitch application, I hope that you will pitch at Adia Funding, UACI, Casey over there from UACI's team. If you have questions, you can ask her, our team. The pitch applications are due on Wednesday, as well as speaker applications. So if you want to speak or pitch at 10 West, please do that. Third, I'll pass to Danny.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out tonight. I do want to say, in addition to thanks to our organizational DFS, you love doing stuff with Startup Tucson. There are some of the other organizations that are here tonight, Startup Unidos. I saw Groundswell Capital, UACI, City of Tucson, Pima County. There are a lot of different organizations and agencies that support our entrepreneurs, not just us, although we're the most fun. Sorry, guys, we are. But thank all of you for the work that you do in coming out tonight and supporting the entrepreneurs. One thing I'll say, we work, CIC, we work with underserved entrepreneurs. We work on access to capital, giving people the opportunity to get loans to help grow their businesses. We think that the economy works great for a lot of people, but not enough people have the opportunities to build wealth and build assets. And I'm going to tell a quick story just because it's one of those things you don't get this chance. So my 97-year-old aunt passed away just yesterday morning. And while that is sad, what I will say is she was somebody who in the early 60s divorced her husband at a time, and that was not such a thing. He was an alcoholic, so kind of a bummer. But she went on to learn about computers, about bookkeeping. She started her own business, and she lived one of the fullest lives. She was the most kick-ass woman, Aunt Shirley. So, you don't get that timing right often where you get to shout out somebody, but these are the types of entrepreneurs that we want to support. People that get economic freedom, that get independence, that can do something for themselves and for their families. And my aunt was one of those, and I know that she would be proud tonight, so I'm just shouting her out as Patrick Crawl, seek it over. And thank you all for the hard work that you do, and thank you to Startup Tucson. We love you guys, and you guys really put this together. We just sort of grabbed onto the coattails and really appreciate it.
All right, so we're gonna do a big toast. I will say one last thing for the toast because now we're gonna mic down and the dance party start. Tanisha is ready with the dance party. Things ready to turn your shoes up a little bit. Yep. All right, so we're gonna do toast. I will say we're adding. We have an event coming up in February. Our next event before 10 West, and it's just all 10 West, is a new event we're calling Six. If you want to come and have coffee with the Startup Tucson team, we're going to meet at the Mercado. There's more details on the website, but we'd love to see you. Its theme is Valentine's Day, so we're going to talk about our love of all things entrepreneurship and startups. So the toast to Aunt Shirley and to all entrepreneurs in Tucson and Southern Arizona. Cheers! All right, let's dance.
It was pretty fun. Got to meet some entrepreneurs, connect with some people, maybe getting some new business out of this, which is always good. And got to find out more about Startup Tucson, which I didn't know that they've been around for 10 years. Definitely need to find out more and see how we can plug them more instead of starting our own thing for no reason. One thing that I haven't mentioned that I think is worth mentioning is that when it comes to Startup Tucson, and just seeing what they're doing now, the fact that they've been around for 10 years, the fact that they're an established organization, the fact that they have a whole team of mentors and it's an entire group of people who are dedicated toward helping entrepreneurs launch their businesses and scale. And while I do think that there is still a need for the awareness of what they're doing to spread throughout the city, for people to really understand the impact that they're having, and there's a need for me to understand the actual effectiveness of what they're doing, I also think that it's important to acknowledge that the work is being done. There was actually someone at the event that I know, right? And her name is Jessica. And Jessica is, if I believe, I don't want to get her title wrong, but I'm probably going to get it wrong, but I believe she's the president of an organization called Tucson Young Professionals. And she's on the board for Tucson Young Professionals, which is another organization here in town that's dedicated to connecting people, particularly people who are trying to grow their business and create freedom for themselves. And that takes me to another point. So I had a conversation with Jessica a while ago, and I told her that I was going to create this group in Tucson called Create Freedom. And the whole intention of Create Freedom was to help people create financial freedom for themselves and for their families through entrepreneurial skill sets and investing. And she told me that there were organizations that already exist. So I was like, okay, all right, but how, what's the awareness of those organizations? How popular are they? And the benefit of going to this event today was I didn't just have the opportunity to network and connect with other business owners and entrepreneurs and people who are starting to get into business, but I also got to see exactly how impactful what Startup Tucson is doing is. And just through this experience, through this evening, by seeing what they're doing, it's just become extremely abundantly clear to me that there may be less need for another organization that does what they do, and there is more need for the amplification of their message and their mission. And I'm not saying I'm going to jump all into Startup Tucson, but I do think I want to investigate the organization more, figure out more about how they do things, what are their ethics, and if it's something that I'm on board with, then yeah, I want to figure out a way to contribute to this, something that's already existing with people who have experience with guiding people, instead of trying to do it myself, particularly at a time where there is no infrastructure or support within my own thing, as well as just a general lack of I want to say interest or enthusiasm. Like, I started Create Freedom because people told me that they wanted to create freedom. People spoke to me directly and said that. And then when I started hosting events, there have been less and less people who have shown up. And while people may say they want it and may believe that they want it, their actions don't dictate that. And that's the reason why I believe it's more wise and a better use of my time and energy to invest in a system that's already doing that effectively for people who are taking action for themselves. Let's investigate and find out more about Startup Tucson. And if it's something that we like, let's figure out how we can get involved. When I say we, I mean myself and you, the person watching this. Also, on this car ride, I'm realizing that I paid for like a year membership for Meetup. So I'm definitely going to use that with Create Freedom. But the intention of Create Freedom is no longer going to be to necessarily help others, but just to schedule meetups and events that I'm going to anyway. And whoever shows up, shows up. So, yep, that's the plan. Bye.